If you listen really well, you might hear like there's this quiet gnawing, I believe, coming from my cupboard. So anyway, it's a little bit annoying. Something might be gnawing in that cupboard, but this place is no longer where I'm gonna be living in a couple of weeks. So I have to move out no matter what. It's gone, man. Hear that brand new smoke alarm with all the bogus movements of putting you in. The house has moved too, so I'm no longer welcome here. No, my free ride. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? That's a good question. I have no idea. I was researching other places, rentals. I haven't researched cheap places to buy. There's a raffle being drawn on Wednesday. Who knows? I might win the house and get to stay in a lovely flood zone in a house I've never lived in before, or sell it or whatever it is. So, I don't know. I don't know what happens from here, but I have to pack all my stuff up and move out. And I don't know where to go, and I really regret not putting my dibs in for this fairly cheap apartment, which was kind of small but big enough for just me. And it was the cheaper option, and it was in a really good area because I don't like to be around people, and it was nice and quiet, new area, quiet, and a little bit out of the way, which is what I like when I'm living by myself too, and has really good protection from floods because it has like two huge drains, and so if it floods, most of the water will go down those drains. So I've lived there before, and it's small, but it's really quite good for me. The price is fairly perfect when you're not on the cheaper rung anyways. And the area was the area that I want to live in and everything. And I'm like, dumb me, how could I not apply for that? I didn't apply for that. And it's like, of course I didn't get it. So, and it's not there waiting. Sometimes, sorry, I'm going to look at my table. Sometimes with rentals and things, sometimes they are waiting over a month. But that one went within a couple of days. And I was like, dope, I didn't apply right away because I had to re-sign up, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be bothered doing this. I'm going to wait till the weekend to do it. And then it's like by the weekend, it's like all gone, and I'm like, dough. dough. But I guess I have to just say, it just wasn't supposed to be. And maybe, it will be revealed why it's not supposed to be. But really, I just didn't get my application in, and I have no idea if I can even get a rental on my application. At the moment, there's a couple of townhouses that might give me a rent for cheap, but I have a feeling that they also tug your leg and tell you to get out, even if even after they've accepted your cheaper option rent. So I think I've met them before too, but I'm not really sure how it's spanned out, but I'm not keen on renting. I don't even have a job right now, and and that's a crushing factor. I'm hoping I might get a job this week, but I only have like 2 or maybe 3 weeks to get out of here, and I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? I have no idea. I guess if I don't do anything, I could move out for like a few weeks to whatever country area my parent is going, Maybe capture a few videos there. I don't have a job right now, so I don't need the internet. It's only in the case of if I do get a job that I need it. But I could do that, or I could just try and apply for rentals. Look at the cheaper ones. I know there are some somewhere in the state. If I want to. But when I live by myself, I really like, this one particular suburb. There's one house around the corner. I was going to check out if that's actually a new house or an old house. Because if it's a new house, I'd be like, ooh, it's just around the corner. The bad thing is it's just around the corner. The good thing is it's just around the corner. So, yeah, so it'd be a little bit weird, but all the houses around the corner, like, literally, they've just been built in the last 6 months. And maybe even the last 3 months. And so if it was a new one, it'd be like, ooh, that's a new one. Maybe I'm the first renter of that place. So that's only if it's a new one. If it's one of the old ones, you'd be like, a little bit grimy. But, you never know. It's just around the corner. And, if they do have an inspection on, I just have to walk around the corner. It's literally only blocks away from where I live now. So that would be good because I like this area. It doesn't flood or anything. If the rental was in one of the new buildings, I mean, they're brand new. So that would be excellent. And it's closer to the city than the other suburb that I sort of missed out on that other apartment, which I've rented before and is a pretty good deal for you. But I missed out on that. So I'm looking at spending approximately $300 a week, unless I will go to the south side, where things are quite a bit cheaper in some buildings, but there's probably a reason for that. I've been to the south side. It floods at the right times. It doesn't flood all the time, but, every now and again it does flood. And sometimes you get thrown out of your apartment because the water's coming in through the windows and the walls and the ceilings because it floods quite deeply. But what else could I do? I could try and buy a cheap apartment or something. I've got a lot of stuff. I don't really know what to do. I could vacation with my parent for a month. But I could also just ground myself into a building, a rental, and then wait 6 months for when I can buy. And then buy. But by that time I would have wasted probably around 15 grand after 6 months. So, but I can't buy I have to hold a job for 6 months. So, but I haven't held a job for ages. So it's probably not even a good idea that I buy. So I don't know what I'm doing once again, but I think it's dumb going out to the country because it's so isolated and I won't know what I'm doing. But it's also dumb to stay here and waste your money on someone's home that they're renting. It's like, oh, you can never win. You don't know what to do. If I stay, I'm just gonna have to look for every job on the planet and hopefully get one fairly quickly. I should be doing that now, but I have a couple of prospective jobs. But I should be doing that now. Or I could move to the country, see how it goes. Hopefully it's not too cold. Either way, I'm going to the country probably this week because obviously we need to get a move on inspecting buildings if we're all going to move somewhere. I just don't know where I'm moving to. It's all a mystery. But I will say goodbye to the room. I'll say goodbye to the building. I'll say goodbye to the birds. I'll say goodbye to everything else. And then I'll be like, that's it. That's the end of my story here. So I'll be like, goodbye. Goodbye wall. Goodbye door. Goodbye carpet. Goodbye building. Goodbye bird. Goodbye garden. Goodbye my special sunflowers. Goodbye. What else? I don't know. I'll go through a whole list of things. But things are moving. Am I sad? No, not really, because I don't really have very much emotional attachments. The only sadness I have is about myself, because I don't know what I should be doing, where I should be living. If I get caught in the seams, I'll have to just move out to the country for a month or so, and until I either have an argument or until something disastrous happens or until I decide to come back. So the other good side about me doing that is I can help set up the whatever farm or house that we're going to buy. That will sort of help the other person. And then, but it won't help me in particular. I should check if they want rent. If I move out with them and they want rent, I have a feeling you can't get Centrelink there because it's country, and you can't always get Centrelink payments in country areas. I think I moved there before. I was like, oh, sorry, you're no longer eligible because of the area that you're in. It's pretty remote and it has low jobs available, so, and no offices anywhere nearby. So, but that might be just one of my conspiracy theories. But I can also reason that I've almost been kicked out of here a few times, and I wouldn't mind dedicating my lifestyle to myself and not be living around other people, but doesn't mean that I'm gonna float. I could sink like a bomb and waste a heap of money, and then be like, oh, Mom, it's been a few months and I've lost heaps of money and I don't know what to do. Can I come live with you? Yeah, I don't know, but anything could happen from here. No, nothing's been really decided. I only know what's happened, and what's happened is that this house is gone. This house is gone from us, so gotta move on.